Welcome back to Cross Stitch the Globe. My name is Stephanie. This is a channel about cross stitch, which I kind of do these days, and it's been a while, so I owe you guys like a really long video. Hopefully I cut that coffee break out, but part of why it's been so long is the coffee, and I did make a little short and posted it like a couple weeks ago just explaining where I have been, but what I figured we would do today, I didn't like write normal notes. I have like some big chunky things we gotta do. So I wanna do a full stitching update. I have everything I've touched with the exception of 2 like secret projects since the last time I shared a stitching update, which was September, which is crazy. And as we go through my stitching, I'll talk about, you know, the ways my body, my 41-year-old body have betrayed me that have made stitching difficult. So we're gonna do a stitching update. I'll touch on like why it's about to get better. So I should be back to normal stitching wise very soon. So we'll do that during the stitching update. Then I want to show you guys, I have some Stitchy Kindness. I have some haul because obviously I don't buy like a ton of cross stitch stuff, but it's been, you know, 3 months since I shared anything, and I've been to 3 LNSs, and one of those I went to more than once. So there's a little tiny bit of haul, and then, so stitching, Stitchy Kindness, haul, I'll do a life update, and then I've been sharing them on my Instagram, but I'm doing a big Destash, and it's a lot of like very fancy kits. Like very fancy kits, like the Addict's conversion to silk of a sampler that's hard to get, or like kits that were only released once and haven't been like made available, like lots of really fancy kits, and then some fabric and some patterns. Like in the patterns there's some out of print Mira's, Bilia's, and some out of print Blackbird patterns. So I've been sharing them on my Instagram account because I wasn't 100% sure that I get to record this, but I would like to share them on here too. So we'll do that at the end for people who like to see that kind of stuff, because sometimes people just like to see it even though they don't want to shop it. And some of them are like some of the most beautiful projects that I've ever seen that I won't be stitching, and I would like somebody to stitch them, but at least we can like commemorate them together. So and also I thought I'd be recording this during my daughter's nap time in life updates. I'll share some things about the kids, like high level stuff about the kids that have made filming also hard. But I thought she was gonna be napping now, but she decided to fall asleep on me at 9:30. And so she slept in my arms for 2 hours today, which she's almost 3, so I wasn't gonna turn that down. Like we're getting to the place where like that doesn't happen that much. But so I just enjoyed it, but it did throw me off for the day. So she's awake, and I won't let her be on camera. Like if she comes into camera, I'll definitely cut that out. But I'm gonna try to keep the editing to a minimum because of my eye situation. So if she just like is talking to me, I may not cut that out because I'm gonna try to minimize how they're. Oh, it's not my friends. It's not like the Jingle Ball. She said hi to some people at the Jingle Ball. There's nobody on there. I'm just like recording myself. It's just me. No, please. Well, okay, she did jump in the camera. I'm gonna edit out her some, but not like every little time when she wants to talk to me. So, and she's being bribed right now. So we'll see how today goes. I just decided I would rather jump back in with a non-perfect video and just like rip the Band-Aid off than continue to like be absent. So I haven't been stitching that much. Throughout the month of September, my eyes started getting worse. And in October, like my nearsightedness, obviously like I'm getting older, and that this is not my first rodeo with getting, with my eyes becoming like more difficult to like see up close. It's actually the 3rd adjustment that we've made. But it's, you know, it takes a little while for you to register that that's what's going on, that it's not just that you're tired or getting headaches naturally, but that it's actually like related to your eyes. So, or at least it takes me a while. So I didn't realize that's what it was, I think, until mid-October. And by then I just wasn't like stitching at all because I thought like at the end of every day I'm tired and exhausted. I was, but I also like just couldn't see very well. So I ordered some readers, which I have to put readers over these glasses because these are progressives to be able to see, and then I can see what's right here, but I can't see two distances. So I can see what's here and I can actually see my TV, but I can't see this middle distance to see like a pattern. So I've only really, since October, I've only like worked on one project, which I'll tell you when I get to it, because I really just couldn't see. So all the other stitching I'm gonna show you is September and like early October stitching. And even though I haven't been stitching, I have been prioritizing like meetups and stitchy friends. So I went to the Jingle Ball this weekend and I saw some of you guys there. I've been, like I said, I've been to L&S's. So I met up with Samantha, the Kansas City Stitcher, and Jackie Beecher at Casey and Company when I was in Kansas City visiting my sister. So we had like a shop and we got coffee afterwards. Stitchy day, that was really fun. I'll show you my haul from that. I've been to my local-ish L&S Perry Moon a few times and I've seen my friend Jim a couple times. I saw Amy Graham. I got to meet Elle Snaps from Instagram and Katie, who is so tattered on Instagram. I got to meet them and their other friend Sojo. I got to meet all of them. They came to Prairie Moon, so that was really fun. I've had some like stitchy Zooms with people. I scheduled a stitchy Zoom for Thursday with some of my friends from college who don't watch Flosstube, but do a little bit of stitching, and we've been talking about going to Queen City together next year if we can get in. So I've been chatting on the phone with my stitchy friends. I've been gossiping with my stitchy friends. Like I've been on Instagram, like I've been around. I just haven't been like picking up a needle. And so then it felt weird to film. And also like there was like multiple weeks and there were, we got 2 different rounds of illnesses, but one of them was a cough that I still like, sometimes still interrupts like my ability to talk. So anyway, so that was most of the life update, but anyway, let's get into stitching. Okay, so, the other in-person thing I've been prioritizing is my stitchy, like stitch togethers that we do on Sunday. That is, and the way you join that is by becoming a channel member. And anyway, I finished this on one of those meetups, I think in September. This is PK's Moth by Barrick. I did it with the called for floss pack that is from, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I don't remember things. I like blanked on the name of, I couldn't remember the word floss drop this weekend, so it's gonna take me a while to get back into everything, but these are Threadworks, the Threadworks Night Garden palette. So that is the call for floss for this. And I did it on Heartland by Picture This Plus. I don't think it's the call for fabric, and it's definitely not the call for count, because these patterns are all the same stitch size, but some people call for it on 40, some people call for it on 32. I decided to do all of my Night Garden palette finishes on 32 count. I do have a frame for this guy, so I am going to be framing him pretty soon, and I just love it. I spent a lot of time in the last few months getting my house like decorated to be more cozy and like getting my art and my stitching up more and stuff. And then I came to the realization in the last week that because of some family situations and people in my family moving around, my kids don't really want to be out as far. Yeah, baby kids, especially my older son has, they kind of don't want to be in the car as much as we have to be now, because it used to be that we're, one town away from my parents. So we're like I don't know if we're technically an ex-serve of Oklahoma City, but when I started the channel, we were living in Oklahoma City. I grew up in Edmond. Edmond's like in the middle of, so it goes Oklahoma City, Edmond, Guthrie. And everything we were doing, the kids do is like in Edmond. So that's not that big of a deal. But now, because some family members decided to move, we're in Oklahoma. We're going to be going forward in Oklahoma City multiple times a week, and doing that just for 1 weekend already is annoying, and my kids are mad and feel a little bit lonely now that there aren't other people like closer to us. So I came to, like, last night I was talking to my mom, I was like, it's been percolating, but I was like, I think I just need to move. So some of the pieces that I'm gonna frame, I am gonna frame them if I already have the frame, but I think other things going forward, I might wait to frame them until after we move this summer. Although the state fair, that means I wouldn't be framing them till right before the state fair, which is not a fun thing. So never mind, I'm gonna continue to frame them and then I'll just have to find places for them in the new place, which I assume will have less wall space than this because I would also like to downsize. This place is, I love it. It's like actually like, it's a bungalow. It's like my dream architecture for a house, but it's like a 1950s bungalow. It still has some of the original wooden details, less than I would like, but it's a rental. So it's, but it's just too big for us. So I would like to downsize, which obviously means I think I'll have less wall space, but that's okay. I like a big gallery wall, and none of my gallery walls are that tall right now. So I'll just have to make taller gallery walls. It's fine.
Why did you just say but?
I just said but.
I want to say but.
Okay, say it.
But.
Okay. She's almost 3. Okay, so I have a few starts since I saw you last. This is Mystic Sampler by the Primitive Needle. I think I literally kitted that up like the weekend when I went to the Prairie Moon. That was like the last weekend. Like I think I had filmed a Flosstube that week. So went there, kitted this up, started it the same day. Cause it's like charted in weeks anyways. It's charted in weeks. And when I go to my LNS, I sit right across from the floss wall for their free stitching days. And it's, you know, it takes 20, 30 minutes. My friend Jen helped me go find all the weeks, go over the classic colorworks and the general arts, find the ones you like. So it's not exact, but it's on 28 count ancient by Picture This Plus. It's a pretty small pattern. And I already had this piece of ancient saved for something else. So I was just like, you know what? It'll look really good on it and it'll make it a little bit bigger. My friend Renee from the Golden Familiars did one of this series on like 56 count and it's like this big. It's so pretty. So it just, you know, it just depends on what you want to do. I decided to make mine really, really big. It's not the same pattern, but the Primitive Needle has a few of these samplers that are very small and have just like little motifs in them. So I love this. I kind of thought I was gonna like start and finish it, but then can't see it. So can't see the pattern. So it got put on hold. Oh, that Kathy Barrick lives in this Lucy Beam project bag. I don't know if Lucy Beam still makes project bags. And this lives in my Golden Familiar Stitch and Go case. And I'll just show you this now, but when I was there on Saturday, one of the girls at my LNS was walking around and gave out these like scissor pulls. And because this is the thing I always take with me to that LNS for stitchy days, and as you can see, I have a lot of orange floss in it because it's all my Primitive Needle projects, I thought it was perfect to go in here. So you will see this again today because the only project I can currently see to work on right now is a Primitive Needle pattern. So we'll keep this little lady out. Okay, my next start was Megan, the White-Eyed Stitcher, and I both became obsessed with Wizard Cat by Lindy Stitches. And then like we both became obsessed with it. We're gonna buy it and then found out that it was out of print after we were going to buy it. And both ended up having to like find like loan paper copies. Paper copies still do exist. Like you definitely can find them because people still have some, and it's not like it's not like an expensive out of print pattern, but anyway, I did snag one. So it says your sadness will pass, my friends. So I bought the pattern off of, I think Everything Cross Stitch was who I was able to find it through. But then 123 Stitch did have a paper pattern of it, like one show up. So they exist in the world, but you can't go like buy a PDF. So it's kitted in Cosmo. And so let me tell you, so I started this with Megan on her birthday in November. And this would be a great project if I had gotten enough outline before I stopped being able to see, because all that blue and all that white is filling. I was doing it on the called for fabric with the called for Cosmo. But there's a little saga to this pattern, which is that I didn't know that, I'd never seen this happen on 1 2 3 Stitch, but other people, once I shared my story, other people were like, that has happened to me as well. Very tragic. So I clicked on 1 2 3 Stitch. I just added all the Cosmo to my cart, and apparently 3 of the colors were not listed. So I thought I had fully kitted this up in the Cosmo, and the Cosmo colors are really pretty, but I had not. And I thought then, for some reason, then I decided not to check the entire floss list. I just was like, oh, I guess this one's missing. So I picked that one up in my LNS, and then came back to stitch on it and realized that actually I'm missing 2 more colors, and I missed 2 of the colors not listed were the alternating colors in this border. And it kind of sucks to count this far along the border because there's 3 border colors when you could be like going in and filling in behind it and not having to count so much, and making sure, you know, like if I filled in these colors, I would know these were right before I got too far along, because you obviously want it to be symmetrical, so it matters maybe more than it would on some pattern to not make a 1 stitch mistake. So anyway, so I'm actually missing 2 colors still. So the original 1 2 3 Stitch list was missing 3 colors. So I did finally write down what the other 2 colors were, and I'm gonna be at that LNS for the Christmas party very soon, and I will pick them up. I mean, Cosmo's not expensive, but it feels silly to make a Cosmo, like a 1 2 3 Stitch order for 2 colors of Cosmo. But that lives in one of my new project bags. I got this at K Company in Kansas City when I was there for my LNS. Like after the moon parade video I did, it's like I basically had to, I was like, I'm always gonna have projects that need a moon project bag. It's beautiful. Also, I haven't been able to stitch on my moon piece, because my full moon piece, because I cannot see. You're gonna hear that a lot. But we're gonna do another full moon piece next year. So I think I might have them both live in this bag, because I'm gonna do a Kathy Barrick moon. We decided to just pick our favorite Kathy Barrick moon. And so that's what I'm gonna do. So I decided to, so I should have them both just live in this bag, because Megan is one of the girls in my full moon stitch along group. The chat name is like full moon phase bell pull, because we're stitching moon phase bell pull. But it's not like, I think I made that name for the group, and it wasn't like to be cutesy. I think I literally like went blank that day and thought the name of that pattern was full moon phase bell pull, which is like a scientific contradiction. But anyway, she's in that group. So I love this pattern. I'm very excited to have it. I can't wait to be able to see it. Especially like, I might not be able to get it like done next year, but it would be really good to get enough of it outlined that anytime I need a fill-in project to pick it up, because between hosting my weekly membership Zooms and like the quarterly like retreats that come up, and the fact that I go to stitch days and stuff, like enough opportunities come up where I want to stitch and socialize and not look at a pattern. So I should get like at least the arch of that out of the way. All right, so I'll save the thing I've worked on the most till the very end. This was my other new start, my last new start. This is Spell of the Moon by Blackbird Designs. It is from the Winds of Autumn book. Oh, Wizard Cat is on the call for, I think it's 32 count platinum, I think it is, but it's whatever. I literally just am doing it all on the call for, because my friend Tara, who's Wilda Woman Crafts, she bought the model of it from Lindy Stitches, and it looks so cool. I was like, I'm just gonna do it exactly like that. Okay, so this is Spell of the Moon by Blackbird Designs. I'm doing this on 36 count Murky. I believe I did a conversion to Gentle Arts. I believe it's called for. Yes, it's called for in weeks. I converted it to Gentle Arts, but like a real dum-dum. So I converted to these colors, but for some reason when I sat down to start it, because I started it with Jen from Jen's Fiber Web for the Everything's Gonna Be Owl Right Sal. For some reason, when I sat down to start it, I thought it had 2 colors in it. I didn't have my floss list up. I only had my conversion up. And one of the colors is called for, and the other, I think this is maybe what's called for, and the other 2 aren't, or something. but I only had 2 colors on my conversion list, but I was reading it like it was the pattern, which didn't make sense. So I did the border in this color. I started the border in this color, and that is not correct, and I had to restart it. I don't know if my original, no, I cut my fabric once I got halfway down. So because like whenever I get like halfway on one side, I will go ahead and cut the fabric because I hate excess fabric. So anyway, those are my converted colors. I think it looks really pretty. I do think actually I will put this in my moon wall when I get it done. Another pattern that I really thought like, oh, this is so small. It's very small. I could do it. And then I can't see it. And I can see 36 count because I can get it so that I can see very crisply right here with the readers over these glasses. It's just that I cannot read a pattern. So, or like at the Jingle Ball yesterday, or like when I'm on my membership Zooms, I can make it so that either I can see the screen or I can see my stitching, but I cannot see both at the same time, which is very annoying. Okay, another thing I worked on with Jen from Jen's Fiber Web, I don't actually know if she got it out, but but she does like a 30 days of October thing, and so the day that she does her Away We Ride, I get out my Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. Now, would I like to, I don't know, make more progress on this in 1 year? Yes, of course. It's crazy to be on year 2 and still be, I think I've got the width of the top. Yeah, I have the width of the top border, but that's like a little irresponsible. But it was nice to get back out. I really like it. I'm doing it on 28 count Boneyard, which was a fabric of the month by Miss Stitch Me. And I really like how it looks. And I am annoyed with this border, but I told myself once I did 1 more down, then I could start the words. And then I stopped working on it. So, oops. And that lives in this Carrie Sews For You bag. And I think I'm doing all the, I think it's all the called for, except Garden Gate was out when I was doing this, and so I subbed in 10 Bucket. I don't know if that was a good choice or not. I like it, but I don't think it's gonna change the overall vibe too much, but it does change a little bit of like the part I've actually stitched, what that actually looks like, so, oh well. Okay, last thing I worked on before I get to the big boy. So this is Jane Wood. This is, I think 1853, it might be 1855. This is by Maxim Cross Stitch. I really want to finish this next summer, and I had this like great plan that if I stitched 180, I think I had to stitch like 160 stitches a day, but then I just lost 2 months, so I'm gonna have to redo the numbers. But anyway, the only thing I stitched on it since you guys saw it last was I started the yard, but then I decided I actually hated the colors that they chose for the conversion. I just think they convert, because like Jane Wood is by Maximum Cross Stitch, charted in Roxy Floss, and I just think the part that they converted the DMC, they're converting the DM off of the DMC conversion, so you're 2 steps removed, and I just really didn't like. I thought, and the greens and the reds and the lawn of the sampler are 2 of the most important things to me in the sampler in terms of getting the vibe of it. So I hate it. I just hated it. Like I started it and I sent it to my friends. I was like, I just don't like this. And one of my friends, Audrey, who stitched Speed on YouTube's and Flosstube on YouTube and Instagram, she is stitching with Roxy, and but she hasn't gotten to the yard, but I don't feel like my colors are that much different other places, but she sent me like every single one of her, she sent me what her Roxy colors look like, because sometimes on the website it's like a little bit better lighting or whatever, and you can't always tell. So I went into the Color and Cotton website because I'm using a Color and Cotton conversion, and I bought 2 reds and 2 greens to kind of find the perfect one, figuring that whatever I didn't use were going to be perfect Christmas greens and reds, so I could save them for like a Christmas sampler or something. I mean, they can just go in my stash too, but anyway, so I don't remember what I picked, but I do have, the solution is in here. It will be fine. So when I can see, I gotta rip that out. I'm doing it on 36 count vellum by Picture This Plus. I need to rip.
Mommy,
that out and start that part over and recalculate when my... So it lives in this Carrie Sews For You bag, and I love it. Okay, now, since I really came to terms with what's going on with my eyes, I have only been working on Hallow Game Board by the Primitive Needle because, you know, it's fill-in. It's a very easy fill-in project. These squares are 10 by 10, so each square is 100 stitches. It does mean that I did lose track of like how many days I've stitched this year because I don't always go in and like count off exactly what I did that day, so I don't know how many days I actually stitched. The fact that I have survived 2025, I feel like my kids are thriving. I'm doing better at the end of the year than I was, other than my eyes and my cough. And like my stitching has suffered, but I still got some big things done this year and I'm excited about next year. So the fact I can't be too mad at myself, but I am annoyed that I let my stats go because it still would be nice to know. Like I have the stats for my other 2 years of stitching. It'd be nice to have the stats for this year, but it's fine. I'll still know my total stitch count. I just won't know how many days I stitched. And I know some of you guys don't even care about that kind of stuff for yourself and think it's weird that other people do, but I like that kind of stuff, but whatever, it is what it is. But anyway, so as you can see, I haven't stitched that much because I've only, like this whole thing is 4,900 stitches, this square. So if I haven't even stitched 4,900 stitches October, November, and the first part of December. So it is what it is. I have stitched together with my friends, like I told you on Thursday, and then I have Sunday's Zoom. And I imagine that will get me to the end of this, but you don't need to worry because I have an eye appointment on Friday. I was supposed to have an eye appointment a few weeks ago. Some stuff happened where I ended up having to take the kids to the dentist during my eye appointment time, and tomorrow was the earliest that my eye doctor could see me during a time when I don't have any kids. So hopefully Friday I will get a new prescription. Put an order in on Zinni that night because my glass, I have very good dental and medical insurance, but I don't have eye insurance at all. And so I'm going to order them through Zinni. If I had insurance, I'd probably order them through Warby Parker because I like theirs a little better. But very excited to get rid of these though, because I liked these when I got them, like aesthetically, but my kids like they'll take them and then I cannot find them. So there have been more than once where I've had to put my sunglasses on, my prescription sunglasses on to find these. So I'm very excited about getting into a lens where you can see the frames at all times. So I'm gonna need to order new progressives, and I'm gonna need to order new sunglasses because my prescription sunglasses are like 2 levels back, and that has been a problem because like I can't see Google Maps, like I can't see directions. So getting older is fun. Like there's wisdom and also your eyes and body fall apart. Whatevs. Anyway, so if this gets me through the weekend, I should have something. I should have new glasses in a week or two. You know, things are not as fast as they used to be in the glasses world. Like, who remembers you could just go into like a Lens Crafters and 1 hour later you'd have like a pair of glasses that was good enough. And now everyone wants like the cutest thing possible, but they take a long time. So, and my prescription's like the level where they have to like shave the glasses down and stuff. So it's not, even on Zinni, they're not cheap. It's like, last time I got glasses, these were progressives too. So last time I got these were like $150 off Zinni, and I think Lens Crafters quoted me like $450. I was like, out of pocket. Like if I had insurance, it'd be like, okay, but like out of pocket for glasses, I will not be doing that. Anyway, so hopefully when I get to the end of this, I will have the ability to see, and if not, I'm sure that I can scrounge through my projects and find something else. Either I'll find something else that I am to the point where I'm at fill-in. I just can't think of anything I have right now where like fill-in is like the obvious step, but Primitive Needle just released the Christmas, I think it's called the Yule game board. So if I find out on Friday that my glasses are gonna take like 2 weeks and I get to the end of this, I might start Yule game board. Like, because I definitely want to do it anyway. Like I love, I mean, I don't know if you know this. I really like primitive needle patterns. And so starting Yule game board, I'm sure I probably have enough like good prim Christmassy colors. I'm doing that in the call for colors, but I'm doing it on 36 count Heartland. But I have a lot of 36 count fabric and I have a lot of prim reds and greens, like as you've already seen. So I bet I could start it, and it's instant downloads. She doesn't sell paper patterns. So I bet I could, if I get to the end of that, you'll probably see that on the next, you'll probably see that on the next one. So that is all the stitching that I have done other than my Make It Murder project, which isn't quite done and I can't even edit. So I have everything saved for that. It's not gonna go away, but once I get my glasses, I'm gonna go heavy on my full moon project and the Make It Murder and then this other secret piece and try to get them done so that like January 1 or as close to January 1 as possible, I can be free. And I am gonna do a plans video. I'm tinkering with some different thoughts for next year, but like I said, I really want to go hardcore on Jane Wood and get it done in the summer. So, or by its 1 year anniversary, but I like to get it done a little bit before that. I like to get it done probably by my birthday, so I have time to frame it and everything. Toddler interruption, not sure what I was doing or thinking. Literally no clue. Okay, let's move on to Stitchy Kindness. So I got I have a few pieces of Stitchy Kindness. I know I've gotten more than this. Some of it is in the form of things people sent me to list in my Etsy shop. And so some of them will get mentioned during that section, and then some of the stuff that's not listed yet, I'll thank them when this stuff actually gets listed. But on my last Stitchy day, Jim, we were walking around looking at stuff in the store, and I was talking about how I wanted one of these, and she got it for me for my Christmas present. So, and she also got me this cute cactus needle minder. So thank you so much, Jen. Love you. It was really, really sweet. Now, absolutely cannot wait until I have glasses so that I can use it where I can see the pattern from here. Like the things you take for granted when you can't see. So that's number one. Number two is my friend Jen. I've already mentioned Jen's fiber web. She had an anniversary with Heart, decided she wasn't going to stitch it. I asked her if I could buy it from her, and instead she just traded for some patterns from my Etsy store. But like, if you know Anniversaries of the Heart, this is, it is 12 Blackbird patterns, and it is not an inexpensive series. So I know the stuff that she picked out for my shop, we're not even close to the amount that you would spend to go to like 1, 2, 3 Stitch and kit this up today. So I'm very excited. This and Garden Club, like, why do I love a BAP? This project and Garden Club are two projects I really want to work on. I'm in like a Blackbird mood. I have some other Blackbird samplers I want to do, but for some reason, Garden Club and this are like, have really caught my heart. I don't know exactly how I will personalize these. I got to think about it. So I'm going to start with Garden Club and then move into these, but I'm very excited about these. So that was very sweet. Thank you, Jen. Oh, why am I trying to put them back in an envelope on camera and then do like kerfuffle? Another piece of Stitchy Kindness I want to show you. Samantha, the Kansas City Stitcher, you know, I've been talking about the Night Garden palette series, and when I met up with her in Kansas City, she gave me her Catch and Release by Shaded Stitchery because she was done with it, which was so sweet. Oh, and then my last Stitchy Kindness that I have received other Stitchy Kindnesses for things that I have like personally said thank you to the person, but I haven't been keeping a running list like normal. So I don't want to like, if I think of anything that I like, I just basically gather the piles that I had, and there's, but if I forget any that were like something that got put away or something that was like not a tangible item or whatever, I will mention that the next time we get together, because I am going to start my notes for the next Flosstube episode today because it's much easier to do these when you have like a running list of things. But the last kindness I wanted to say was Erin from Cat On Creations is doing this very sweet, cute digital advent calendar, and every morning you get like a little tiny like ornament size pattern in your inbox, and they have been so cute. And she gifted that to me. I'm reaching for my phone case like it's my phone, but you guys are my phone. So she gifted it to me, and then I ended up not recording anything, so I never was able to really talk about it on here. I did share it on Instagram, but it is so cute. And the first day was like a little KitchenAid stand mixer. And if you DM her on Instagram, I will tag her Instagram below. If you DM her your email, she'll send you the first day free, which is this, it's such a cute little stand mixer, ornament size Stitch. And then you can kind of get the feel for the advent and see if you want to get the rest of them. I think you can still get them. Like, I think you can still like get the back ones and just get on the list for future ones, but they're really, really cute. There was like a little hedgehog. I mean, it's going to be really fun. I am not stitching them obviously yet, but it will be very fun to put them on the list of little smalls I want to stitch. Because like, when you can't see, because I haven't been able to see for stitching or for like video editing or really be on my computer that much without getting a headache, I have been doing things like cooking from scratch, doing the dishes, cleaning my house, and now I really want to get a stand mixer. I'm not going to, because like, you know, I'm using my bread maker all the time. I made taco sauce from scratch. Like, I had the option to put it in my grocery order, and I put the ingredients for it in my grocery order instead, like an insane person. I used to do this all the time, but I made a giant like batch of vegetable stock so that I have homemade vegetable stock in all of my stuff. It's delicious. Like, you know, it is insanely better than store-bought vegetable stock. I chopped up a ton of garlic and ginger, and I've been batch cooking beans, lentils, and chickpeas, and then having them in my freezer so I can just like pour a cup of beans in or put some garlic and things. And it has made, I regret to inform you that it has made life much tastier and much easier, but at what cost? At the expense of my samplers, at the expense of my memorabilia. So going forward, I do think I want to do, like, you know, because my kids are very picky eaters, so they're not eating, like, if I make like, I made cold cannon the other night. If I make cold cannon, they're not, which is like mashed potatoes with like, you can do cabbage, I did kale, you can do spinach. They're not gonna touch that, right? Like, they want plain mashed potatoes. So whipping up cold cannon for myself and having that, and that means I'm like doubling recipes and stuff, but it means my meals are much more interesting for me. So I'm gonna try to continue to do that once I can stitch, because it has made like other parts of life better. But yeah, it's like, and then also not stitching, I've been doing a lot of doom scrolling, which then is bad because then I'm on my phone too much, and then that is making my eyes feel worse. So it's like, anyway, so yeah, so all that is to say, I really am definitely gonna stitch up this stand mixer ornament. It's so cute. Okay, so that was my kindness. Like I said, I know I've gotten other kindnesses. I got a card yesterday in the mail that I'm gonna save for the next one. But that is just kind of like what I had piled on my desk to deal with when I was able to film again. So if something came in a different format or got put in a project bag or something, I just don't have that here, but I will mention it when it comes up again in the future. Haul, okay. I don't have a ton of haul, but I have a little bit of haul because it has been so many months. So first thing I want to show you is my t-shirt from Prairie Moon. Between the bright pink color and it was like a really good price, I was just like, well, I think I just have to have it. Like, you never have enough Stitchy themed clothes, and their t-shirts are really, I think their t-shirts are like $20 or something. And every time I go, I've like browsed them, and they've never had a color I wanted in the size that I wanted. So when I saw it, I was like, let me just snag this. And so I got that at Prairie Moon. And the other thing I got at Prairie Moon, well, I got that Mystic Sampler conversion the first time I went, but the other thing I got when I was there last time was this chicken. So there's a woman locally who makes these chickens, and they're hidden all over the store. And I had bought one before for a friend as a birthday present, but I hadn't bought one for myself. And so Jim, I don't know if Jim had one or if she didn't have one, but we went on like a little treasure hunt to find the one for that in the fabric color that would be right for us. So I have my little Prairie Moon chicken. He's so cute. I need a name for her. I think it's a girl. Like, oh, it's a chicken. Of course, it's a girl. But I need to think of a name for her. But I just love her so much, and I need to put her somewhere. Because when my daughter came out, she was like, well, "What's that?" I was like, my kids have not seen this for a reason, because it won't end up being mine for very long if they do. Maybe I'll get some for my kids for Christmas when I'm there this weekend, or at least for my daughter. She has so many stuffed animals. Okay. That was the haul I got from Prairie Moon. Not a lot, just like little, but like it was like this one skein of Cosmo and a stuffed chicken. Like the most natural cross stitch order you could ever make. Okay. I've been calling it KC and Company. It's CC and Company in Kansas City. I just looked at the receipt because I'm a dum-dum. Okay. So Kansas City Metro, they're in like Lee Summit, has two good needlework shops. One is Quilter Station. It is a quilt store, but it has a great cross stitch section. Like you can find Mason linen, Picture This Floss, Dames in the Needle, like week style. I mean, there's a very wide selection of fabrics for every persuasion and every size and almost every color. And the fabric prices there are really good. So they had, last time I was there, I got some fabric, but I got this Zweigart linen in the color Sahara. This is the fat half. It was $38. Like, that is a good price. That is what I resell fabric at a discount for, that's from Zweigart on my website. And look at that amazing yellow brown, like perfect color. So I basically like just saw it. I was like, oh, I have to have it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but like, I just was like, oh, I fell in love with it. And it was such a good price. Like, so keep that in mind. So that, I got that at Quilter Station. Then I also got a t-shirt, but I don't know where the t-shirt went. So it wasn't like an exciting t-shirt. It was just gray and said Quilter Station, but it was also a very good price for a t-shirt. So like, Quilter Station is also like where you can get Sunflower House by Blackbird Designs. And their prices are very reasonable for it being kind of a fancy shop, but their cross stitch section is like 3 aisles of a giant store. So it's still bigger than some LNSs like are, but it got a lot less than some, but I really like it. And they host like Blackbird, I don't think they're doing it anymore, but they hosted a Blackbird design. They've hosted in the past many Blackbird design stuff, Teresa Kogut stuff, Stacey Nash, Heartstring Sampler. Like, even though they're a quilt shop, they definitely are like, have their finger on the pulse of cross stitch. And I think they have a relationship with Blackbird Designs, because Blackbird Designs is from the KCMO area as well. So I don't know the full lore of it. And I know, I think it's Saltbox Stitcher used to work at a quilt store in Kansas City. I wonder if I think it might be that one, but I'm not 100%. But anyway, it's not like a secret place, but it's not like a specific cross stitch shop. Definitely worth stopping by. Then I went to CC and Company and I met up with Samantha and Jackie. Never been there before, was really excited. The patterns were a good price. The fabric was not. So if I was in the Kansas City area, I would not buy fabric from them, except for the piece that I'll show you, and I'll tell you why. Picture This Plus 32 count, 40 count fat quarter on 1, 2, 3 stitch is like $27 to $29. It might be $25. It's in that range. It's not crazy expensive. Like Lakeside Linen fat quarter 1, 2 stitch is like $27. I expect to see a little bit of markup when I go into an LNS. Like, they're having to hold inventory, they have more overhead. You know, having a selection there is very different than having a selection as an ONS. So I expect to see some markup. But a Picture This Plus fat quarter at CC and Company was $57. What? Like, like a picture, I sell a picture of this plus fat halves for less money than that on my Etsy store. So like, I don't know what a full, I was in shock. So I did buy, and I mean, I can prove it. Look, this is just a fat quarter, $57. Now, the one that I bought was 50% off, but it was the only one that was like that. And the reason I bought it is called Britzy. It's from Fortnite Fabrics, which is not a company anymore. So this fabric, I was like, you know what? I've never seen a Fortnite Fabrics piece of fabric in the wild for sale, because by the time I started stitching, they were already out of business. And this is kind of a fun color. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it because that's kind of a special thing. Plus but I would not have got it for $57. That's nuts. And the thing is like, there's another store that sells cross-stitch fabric that is 10 minutes away from that one. So I don't know why they're doing that. And everything else about them was great. It was so, like, I don't know. So, you know, I haven't been to a million LNS's, but I've been to Color and Cotton. Oh, Hall. I did sign up for the Color and Cotton Fabric Club for next year. Very excited about that. I've been to Color and Cotton, Keepsakes, Silver Needle, Prairie Moon, Quilter Station. None of them had fat quarters for $50, let alone $57. And most of them were, you know, a 10 or 20% markup from what you find online, which makes sense, maybe a little bit more. And then even at StitchCon, which has a pretty significant markup because of like all of the effort that goes into getting it together, not close to that. So if you're in the Kansas City, Missouri area and you're looking to buy fabric, Quilter Station had a better selection and way better prices. They're a legitimate store. And then I would go to both for patterns, because I think CC and Company had way more patterns because they had just a bigger section. And they also had framing. I didn't check out the framing prices to know if they're in line with what's like normal or not. Other haul I got, so CC and Company, I decided to get a little nerd. I've never used a nerd tube, and I'm kind of worried about tearing. I know some of my friends make their fabric so tight that it tears. I do not make my fabric that tight. I'm actually, you know, around the community, people think of me as someone who keeps their fabric a little bit loose in the hoop. But so I doubt I would ever put it in a nerd tube so tight that it would get torn. But what I want to use this for is projects where the entire project will fit in the width of this cute little nerd tube. This is a number 2. So like ornaments and things, night garden palette, etc. Not things where I have to move it around a lot. And the other 2 things I got from there, I got 2 Plum Street patterns that I've had my eye on. Live on Little, which I've talked about before. I absolutely love the sentiment, and also totally cracks me up that living on Little means having access to a mansion and a sailboat and a mermaid. And then I got Jack's Bash. I was supposed to start this with Samantha. I was not able to because I cannot see anything. So I am gonna start it. It's one of those patterns that's like, yes, everybody's stitching these, but I want to do them anyway. And why not? Because like, I need to stop stitching smalls because I actually just want to stitch baps all the time. Or I really just need to grow up and be like Laura from Stitching by the Shore and not care about my whip count. Oh, okay. I have one more thing from haul, and then we'll do the Destash stuff. So, Stitching with Bears. I have some other project bags by her because she sent me a couple of project bags. She posted these and they were so precious. So most of her project bags are like cutter quilts that she has repurposed into project bags. So they're so sweet. And I saw this and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do garden club next year. This is the perfect bag for garden club. Like, cause it's a big project, but you keep like 1 month's worth of threads at a time. So it doesn't need to have that much storage, and the patterns are small, but also I'll be scanning the patterns anyway. So it's just like, you know, you don't need to hold that much in it. So cute and sweet. And then this one, I haven't decided what's gonna go in it, but like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'll link to her Etsy below. She is a mom of 7, so I literally don't know when she sews things. Like, because I would be overwhelmed every minute of every day, of every hour, of every year. But she is a really nice person and her stuff's really good. And I already liked her bags, so it was very easy to be like, you know what, I need these. Destash. So I've been showing them on Instagram, just like a little link, but it's hard for some of these for you to understand like what they even are, because some of them are like, and listing them even is taking me a lot longer than normal between having eye problems and then like doing the research, because some of these are exclusives that you really can't like find even on eBay. So like even figuring out what they are is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna start with the fabrics that I have, because I know people like to see fabric. I'm gonna pull out the ones that already sold. So I'm only gonna show the fabrics that haven't sold as of this minute. I did see a sale go through, so I don't know. I'm sorry if like one of these is actually technically sold, but I'm gonna do fabric first, then we'll do the paper patterns I have, because I can go through those pretty fast, and then we'll do the kits, because the kits are kind of a dance, and I have to go in exactly 1 hour, so this cannot last more than 1 hour. And then when I get back, I'll do some light editing and pop this bad boy on the internet and call it a day. Okay, so first of all, I have some perforated paper. You guys know I don't like it, but it's 18 count, and some of you guys do like it, and I'll never understand why. Mill Hill did announce that they're going to stop making perforated paper, so if you're someone who loves Mill Hill kits, they're going to start putting like a PVC version in their kit, so you may want to stock up. It's not expensive. I think I listed this for $9. So it's not super expensive if you're buying other things just to throw it in your cart, but obviously by itself with shipping that gets to be a little bit more. It's 2 sheets of 18 count 9x12. So they would be, I think, smaller than the Mill Hill ornaments, but if you're someone who just likes perforated paper, whether you get it from me or somewhere else, if you really like it, you might want to stock up on it now, because it's all a kerfuffle online on the Facebook groups that they're going to start making it with PVC. Now you may end up loving it with PVC. I don't want either. I don't want either thing in my house. But if you do like it and you know who you are, you might want to grab some. Like I said, for me or someone else. Okay, so here are the fabrics that I have. This is 28 count fat quarter from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. She just puts numbers on a lot of hers. This is number 285. It is noted online that it has a very small start of Deadly Aquarium on it. Very small, like easily frogged, or you could work around it. I think this is really pretty, but when I realized that was what the start was for, I was like, oh yeah, that's a perfect Deadly Aquarium fabric. Or like Ocean Mermaid, or so pretty. This is Crystal Ball by Oak Crown Studios. This is actually it's 28 count. This is a fabric that I had destashed last year in a destash, and then the person who bought it was like only 2 orders, didn't get paid for, because that was when I was doing it where you had to fill out an invoice. And so I just let it sit in the envelope waiting to see for like a year, and I was finally like, she probably doesn't want it. I should probably get it out of that envelope. So it's really pretty. And the modeling is strong on camera. The modeling is strong in real life. So if you're like, oh, it's probably softer in person, it's a little softer, but not a lot softer. So if you like strong modeling, this definitely has strong modeling in it. I feel like the name Crystal Ball is very good for it, because it's almost like the swirls in a crystal ball, which I'm sure is why Amy named it that. Okay. That is sold. These 2 are sold. I think that's all the fabric that's sold so far. This is 36 count murky. This is a piece that was in the destash from the summer that I thought I was going to keep, and I set it aside to keep, and then I already have so many projects on it, and I just was like, why am I keeping it? Like, I have 2 projects on it right now. I can let this one go. So this is 36 count murky by Picture This Plus. A beautiful fat quarter. And also, it's strong modeling, but It's pretty true on the camera. It's strong modeling, but it's not severe modeling. I can't. Whereas like this is like less modeling, but more severe modeling. Like yeah. Okay, this is a fat half of Twilight by Picture This Plus 32 count. Amazing. Like, just absolutely amazing. I did keep this one too because I was like, I have so many things for my moon wall that I want to do in blue. And then it's like, okay, but like I don't need to hoard a fat half of it. I should see if I actually, like how much I actually need. Whereas like fat half cuts are so wonderful if you have a project that you really need a fat half on, or like if you know you're going to start a bunch of stuff on that exact color. Whereas like I have another piece of the same fabric in the same color already. So, okay. Oh, most of these fabrics are things I pulled for myself and then came to my senses like that I shouldn't be hoarding them. This is Muted Sedona. I feel like I think Cam the Stitcher, I think her Tooth House, her Summer Gothic is charted on this. I'm doing mine on Cyprium because I didn't have this when I started it. This is 32 count. I think hers is charted on 36, but this is 32 count. And I think one of Jet X Stitches patterns is also charted on this. It's a really pretty orangey brown. So whether you have one of those two patterns in mind, this is 32 count. I think they're both charted for higher counts though. But I had saved it just because I was like, oh, I'll find something for it. And then I'm like, okay, but like I have so much fabric, I shouldn't be hoarding it. Okay. And that's sold. Okay, actually no, I lied. Some of the fabric, that fabric sold. Okay, this is a fat half of Swamp by Picture This Plus. And there were two of it in that initial destash, so I saved it, but I also saved a piece of very similar color from someone else. So I was like, I don't need to stash that much, but it is a fat half and it is so pretty. And this is the color my friend did Cathedral Woods Goddess on, and it looks amazing. But you don't need a fat half to do Cathedral Woods Goddess on it. And this is 32 count. For that, you can get a fat quarter. But if you're looking for a fat half for some amazing project, or you just really like that color, I don't remember why I thought it was hard to get. It might be that like they don't make it in 28 count. I don't remember. Okay, and then this is 36 count Spindrift by Cedar River Linens. And I absolutely love it. And I saved it for myself. And then I was like, I have a lot of very similar looking fabrics. I need to pull one out. It very much feels like a lakeside linen to me. Like the coloring feels like a lakeside. And that's probably why I was drawn to it. I can't think of exactly which lakeside it looks like, but you know, Cedar River Linens have a lot of fans. So it's not like there aren't people out there looking for it. But if these don't go and they're just sitting in my house and I find a perfect project for them, I'll stitch on them, but I don't need to do that. Like I have fabric. Okay, now let's do the paper patterns. I would say the theme for today is very fancy samplers and a few I pulled out a few more Mirabilias from my collection, some of them out of front. A lot of Blackbird, and then a lot of like very fancy samplers. Okay. This is My Heart is in Flames by 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers. And one of my friends, there are 5 patterns in this series. I did hold on to one of them. And one of my friends bought 2, and she let me know. I knew but didn't know that the one way you can get a paper pattern for these is to order from Evertote, which is obviously expensive if you live in the United States. So if you're just looking for one of these and you don't want to put in a whole big order, I have 2 left. I have that one, and then I have Speak of Love Silently. They're so pretty. They're charted in Roxy. They don't have a DMC conversion. I think it'd be pretty easy to put together your own DMC or Fancy Floss conversion based on the pictures, but they are charted in Roxy if you're a Roxy person. Okay, this next one is a out of print Blackbird called Mother's Honor Due. And it says, I sew our names to give my mother her honor due. Oh, with my needle, I sew our names to give my mother her honor due. And then you can put your name. And has, it does not have an alphabet, but if you have other Blackbird patterns, finding Blackbird alphabets, they're all basically the same. So it'd be pretty easy to change it to your names. And this is out of print. I had pulled it. This is from a different friend. Most of this stuff is from the friend that did the like huge Destash over the summer that I called my guardian angel. This one is actually from my friend Robin, because my friend. Yes. I love you. This is from my friend Robin, because she sent me a big box of stuff, and I split it up. So some of it I already listed, and then I pulled all the vintage stuff out to do a big vintage Destash, hopefully very soon. And then there's also some fabric in there that I haven't gotten a chance to list yet, because it all is like different cuts. It looks like different cuts, so I need to measure that. So, but I had pulled this aside to keep for myself, and then I was like, what am I doing? Like, just because it's like I need to be. I don't need to hoard things unless I'm like gonna start them. And this is another one that's like that. This is from Hands Across the Sea. It was in the All Things Bright and Beautiful box. It's got 2 samplers in it. It says the needlework of Jessie Anderson and her daughter Jessie Gay. And I watched my friend Audrey stitch these, and they were so beautiful that I wanted to stitch them myself. And then I just had to come to terms with the fact that I have other Hands Across the Sea patterns I want to do more. And this is kind of a highly sought after booklet, because it's never going to be released outside of that. So I went ahead and listed it. If it is still in my shop in 2 years and no one wants it, and I'm ready to actually stitch it, of course I could pull it out. But I'm like, I need to be realistic about how much I can stitch in my lifetime. This is Blackbird Designs All Joys for Thine. This is not out of print. This is in print. Most of the rest of these are in print with one exception. Okay, this is Lawrence Briquet, circa 1906 by Reflet de Soie. It's so pretty. And I pulled this for myself, and I'm like, I already have a Reflet de Soie pattern sitting there. If I actually finish the other one, then I'm allowed to do another one. This is Sarah Mary Larkworthy, 1727, Hands Across the Sea. I really love it, but it's a lot of satin stitch, and I'm just not going to do that much satin stitch. It's so pretty. If you like satin stitch, like, look at all those flower details. I mean, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. My friend Jim has that as a whip. This is my little black book of stitches by Needlework Press. This came with another sampler, but I decided to split them up because this is like old alphabets and stuff, and almost any sampler stitcher could use this to personalize samplers. So, and it's not for sale anywhere else, so I figured there might be somebody who could really use it. All right, this is Christmas Elegance. I've had people ask me, does this mean I quit my Christmas Elegance? This is a duplicate. I found this really sweet woman on eBay, or not eBay, on Etsy, selling her this pattern, but she didn't have like any reviews or anything, so I decided to buy it, and then was like, wait a minute, why did I do that? I already have it. So I'm just like, I need to relist it. But it's one of my favorite whips. It's one of my favorite Christmas mirrors. It's out of print, but it's not like crazy expensive out of print. So if you have been looking for Christmas Elegance, I've already sold one copy this year, so I know people are looking for her. Here's an in-print mirror that I just came to terms with the fact that I'm not gonna stitch it. It's a Midsummer Night's Dream. And she's so pretty. When can we stitch everything? Oh, this is Mermaid of the Pearls. I decided I'm not allowed to hoard every mermaid I like. I have to make decisions about what I'm really gonna stitch. And if you love beads, this thing is like all beads. And I like beading, but not like that. So someone who loves beads needs to do this. Sarah from Memphis, Sarah E, who owns Stitchers Memphis, is stitching her, and I saw it at StitchCon, and it made me think like, oh, I really do need to stitch it. But like, what would happen is I do all the stitches, I wouldn't do any of those beads. So if you're a bead person, take it from me. It's out of print, but it's not crazy expensive out of print. Okay, here's some Blackbird. So this is Farmhouse. It's Anniversaries of the Heart number 5. I already have this pattern. So this one is really pretty if you're not looking for the whole series, or if you just want to to start your collecting of the series. That's number 5. It's called Farmhouse. Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring by Blackbird Designs. That's in print. Oh, so pretty. Summer House Stitchworks, Chronicles of Ollie and Marie. A beautiful little sampler. This should make a really pretty blessing sampler, actually. If you don't know what a blessing sampler is, I actually haven't stitched one. I just have watched other people do it. It's when you pick a little sampler and you try to finish it by the end of January as like a omen for the, not omen, like as a way to bring in good. This is M. Nenquid, 1872. This is another Hands Across the Sea that I'd saved for myself because I adore it. But I should probably start one before I'm allowed to own them all. I have one actually going. I should stitch it. Okay. This sold already. If you were the person, I know who you are, but if you were the person who bought my Lady of the Flag, thank you so much. Allison finished it and I just decided I'm not going to do it. And hoarding it during the 250th year seemed wrong when I know so many people wanted to stitch it next year. Okay. This is Blackbird Designs Without a House. This is from another friend. This is out of print and I had no idea until I saw it on like a thread on Facebook that it was like a highly sought after pattern, that it is like people's, some people, not everyone, but there are people out there for whom this is their unicorn pattern. And I did not know the price tag until I looked it up. It is expensive. So I was gonna keep it and try to get it stitched up real quick before I let it go, but I haven't been able to stitch it. I'm like, you know what, let me just get it. Let me list it. If somebody wants it, they can have it. In a couple months, if it's still sitting there, I will stitch it. I'll take it down, stitch it, and put it back up. But if somebody wants it, I want them to have it because it's not like my unicorn. But it is somebody's unicorn and it's really beautiful. It's obviously like very Cinderella-y with the pumpkin and stuff. So I can definitely see why people love it. But I even asked her, I was like, did you mean to send this to me? She's like, oh, I didn't know it was that much, but she told me to keep it. So I didn't, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, you can have it back. Because it would, there are years it would have made our most expensive patterns list. And this is another mirror that I saved from the Destash this summer. And now I've just decided, you know what? It's just hoarding at this point. How many mirror patterns I have. So this is Queen Mermaid. I'm going to let her go. This is Letters from Mom by Jeanette Douglas. I didn't list this earlier because the first time I went through and found it, I can't remember which friend sent it to me. I think it was Erin or Robin, but I think it was Robin. But when the first time I went through to process it, I didn't realize that it was a series and that this only has the middle. So this is a series that has a pattern for every month, and this pattern is the middle and the border layout, like the layout.
Can I go with my Oreo necklace?
Yeah.
My is similar. My Oreo necklace is similar.
So this is not the full series, it is just this middle panel. So obviously it's like priced accordingly, but I didn't realize that, and I got confused about what it was. Okay, this is Red Barn Samplers, Elizabeth Alice Pitt, 1877, Bristol Orphanage Sampler. Adorable. I'm not ready to break into the world of Bristol Orphanage Samplers, but I do think I will stitch one. This is a Bristol Trio by Red Barn Samplers. Very cute. This is Useful Work of Your Hands by Cross Stitch Antiques. And it says Antique Pattern Album Cover. Circa 1880. I don't fully understand the story of it, but it's very pretty. This is Henrietta 1870 by Cross Stitch Antiques. Wow. Wow. Wait a minute. No, I'm not allowed to keep it. I'm not keeping things right now that for maybes. Okay. Antique Sampler Reproduction, A Home for Henrietta, Cross Stitch Antiques. Oh, they go together. I'm not sure. Trifle Tufted Pin Keep, a Bristol sampler snippet from Red Barn Samplers. Oh my God, so pretty. Oh, a Colonial Garden from Plum Street Samplers. Old style of Plum Street Sampler patterns. So pretty. Hearts and Flowers by Carriage House Samplings. All right. This is Blackbird Designs Feast of Friendship, which is really funny. A lot of these Blackbird patterns, I obviously didn't know that someone was going to send me them in a Destash. And a couple of them I bought this year from other friends' Destashes. So this is, I did buy this earlier this year, but this is not that copy. This is a different copy. And I did buy a copy of Oh Joyous Day, which is so pretty. So I have one. So I don't need to destash these. This is Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Designs, which is, I think, one of the coolest ones. I love those lollipops up there. What Remains by Blackbird Designs. And it says What Remains is Love. Sewing Bird, Scissor Pocket by Blackbird Designs. So pretty. We Live in Hope, which is another one where I bought like a 3-pack, and this was one of them, and Feast of Friendship was one. I can't remember what the other one was, but I love this. Lydia R. Cohagen by Blackbird Designs. My Heart Can Rest by Blackbird Designs. Frosty's Night Out by Blackbird Designs. Riona's Sewing Box by Blackbird Designs. Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. Mother's Garden by Blackbird Designs. So if you've been looking for some Blackbird Designs, these are all in print. So, but if you're looking for like some lower prices on in-print Blackbird Designs patterns, I got a lot. And then I got the Loose Feathers Winter and Loose Feathers Summer. And then I got the Four Little Girls, Mill on the Floss Samplers, which I know I've seen people stitching these. Was it Brenda and Laura? I've seen somebody be stitching these. I think this is from like a retreat, but I didn't look it up yet. And then this is Dutch Treat Design Sampler Patterns. And Dutch Treat Designs Miss Payne from, this is a Bristol Orphanage Sampler. And then Humming of the Bees by Blackbird Designs. So pretty. Okay. Guys, now we break into the patterns, or the kits, and I have 30 minutes, so I hope I get to show them all to you. Ooh, I have, okay, oh, wait a minute. This is the one from that one series that I showed you that I did decide to keep because the person who sent it to me stitched this much of it, so I decided I really want to finish it. Look how pretty that is. Or if I don't finish it, I might restart it, but it has the Roxy floss in it, and it's so pretty. Sorry, that was a little detour. So that was my other haul that I got. Okay, so here are the kits. And the fact that I didn't keep any of these, oh my gosh, is just lets you know I'm trying to be good. All right, so this is the Scarlet House Rachel Howells 1856. It comes with the NPIs on floss drops already. Oh my God, they're so soft. And then it comes with a piece of fabric that has already been started. Some of these are kits where my friend decided, you know what, I'm not really gonna finish it, so she's just sent me the whole kit because they're ready. But where she has like small starts. This is actually one of the more substantial starts. But anyway, so you could frog it, or you could keep the stitching and move on. And look how, I'm not gonna show her stitching on every single one, but just if you want one of these kits where she has started it and you want to keep going, look how neat her back is. Like impeccable stitching. And then obviously when I priced it. Bribes are being given so we can finish this video. Okay, so Some of these I know what the fabrics are, some I don't. In all of the listings for them, if I knew what the fabric was, I listed it. If not, I just said it came with like kit fabric. But these are, for the most part, all except the Scarlet Letter kit, which had a kit fabric I didn't recognize. All of the rest of these like are nice fabrics, and all but one are 40 count. One kit is a 46 count. Well, no, there's a few that are 36 count, but they're all like extremely nice. And most of them are not started, but on the ones that are started, like her stitching is just impeccable. You can of course frog it. You can start in another corner and frog when you get to it, or you can get a different piece of fabric and just use this fabric for something else. So I won't go through that on every single project, or we will be here forever. And then like the floss drops are all, oh cool. And I mean these MPI silks are like, oh they're so good. So that is the first one, but I'm not gonna give you all the details on every kit like that because you would be bored. But that's just kind of how these kits came together, where they were kitted projects. Some of them are retreat kits, and some of them were started projects that she just realized she wasn't interested in moving forward with. Because again, how many projects can we each have? Okay. This is Stitches Be Sweet by Jeanette Douglas. And it comes with so it's the big one and the small, and it comes with linen for both. And then it also comes with the floss and the finishing fabric. The finishing fabric is for the little one, and the floss is for both. In the listing, it says, like, if I could figure out from context clues or the internet or whatever, Instagram, what a kit was for, like if it was from Country Sampler, if it was from Retreat, whatever. If I could figure it out, I put it on there. So anything else I figured out that maybe I'm getting wrong in this is listed on there. Okay, this is Mary Alcorn 1764 drum, sampler drum from Hobby House Press. I have two Mary Alcorn pieces. This is the drum version. I also have the sampler version. For this drum version, you have cotton fancy floss and the pieces of fabric you need to stitch both. And I believe, in the listing it says, but I believe this is 40 count Thornfield. I know it says it in there. And then this has like the smallest little baby start in it that you can rip out or just count and continue with. It's, you know, I would bet money that all of her stitches are accurate, but you could always count the stitches on something that small before you decide if you want to rip it or keep going. Oh, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Oh, put this down there. Oh, this kit. This kit is GGR Ellen Norris 1826, and it's kitted up in MPIs. And the MPIs are already put in their bags. They're Flossaway bags, or these are similar to Flossaway with the NPI numbers. And then on the back you have the NPI conversion that is on here. I think this conversion is one that my friend either did or she did with the store or something, because it's just written on there. Some of these kits have like the Attic or Country Sampler's official conversions and have sheets that I didn't post in the listings with what the conversion is, because you're supposed to buy the conversion from them. So if I'm reselling something in that conversion, I just say like the conversion is from X place. But I think that is just her conversion, or like maybe she did it with the store. Oh, this is that Scarlet Letter one where I couldn't tell what the linen is. So this is Marianne Chamberlain in the Verissoise. This is a kit directly from Scarlet Letter that she still sells. The kit fabric feels a little scratchy. So when I priced this, I went and saw on the website what the price would be for buying it brand new. And I put a bigger discount on it than maybe I would have normally, because I was like, I think someone's gonna want a different fabric than this. This is a pretty scratchy fabric. Here is the chart. And I couldn't find out on their website what kind of fabric it is. Some people don't mind scratchy fabric, or some people, like, it just says 40 count linen. It doesn't say, and then it has 27 of there as well. So if I were buying the kit, I would probably go to my stash and use something else for the linen. But if you like a scratchier linen, it's the right color. And the silks are to die for. And then that's the pattern. I love scarlet letter. I don't have any scarlet letters set aside to do for myself, because I feel like every time I find one, it's like, they're so big. And I know everyone does peacock, unicorn, and badger, and I'll probably end up doing that one too at some point. Maybe not finishing it, but starting it. But I'm just waiting for that perfect scarlet letter one to like hit me across the face. All right, this is F. Delhomme 1873 by Shakespeare's Peddler. This is a French alphabet sampler. And it is kitted up in Gloriana and Soie d'Alger. Guys, I've never looked at this many pieces of beautiful floss in my life as I have the last couple days listing these. Okay. This is Vibrant Flowers by Kathy Barrick. This came out, I want to say like 2 years ago maybe. This is kitted up in NPIs, you know. Oh my God, okay. And this fabric, I think it's thorn-filled. It's 40 count, I think it's thorn-filled. And if you can see, my friend started it, but you can see where she started it, you have so much fabric left. So you could stitch her stitching, or you could just seriously on this one, just cut that out, start on somewhere else, and then cut that out later. Because you definitely have enough fabric to do it on here without that. So, oh my God, we talked about this on the membership Zoom yesterday. Like, sometimes you're like, oh, it's fine to stitch with, like, cotton and silk are the same. I like stitching with cotton as much as I like stitching with silk. But then sometimes you touch a piece of silk, you're just like, oh yeah, it's a little different. This is Alice Park by Hands Across the Sea. You got that cute little derpy dog in the middle. It's so good. And this is kitted up with definitely silk. I think all the silks, yeah, because it's not soie, it's not 103. So this is Soie d'Alger. And then this one is on Swan Bay 40 count Pemberley linen. And it's got a very small start. And this is a pretty small chart. I bet you could start it down here and probably cut that off. Or you could count it, make sure it's right, or you could frog it, because that is a very small start. This is the first time I've ever seen Swan Bay fabric. It's really pretty. I'm having a hard time folding it. So that one's fun. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Oh. Isn't it crazy how good of taste my friend has? It's just like, oh, kit after kit after kit. The like most beautiful things you've ever seen. Okay. Oh, this one's cool. So this is Birds of a Feather, Sally Spencer. This has been re-released by Colorado Cross Stitcher. This is the original paper pattern from Birds of a Feather. So some people used to think that this used to be hard to find out of print. It's not anymore. But it is the original pattern. This is the Vicky Clayton Silk Pack, which is stunning. And then my friend had a very small start, and this is the piece that is 46 count. This is 46 count Lakeside Vintage Meadow Brew. So see how small that start is? You could totally just start it over here and you wouldn't even need to get that, and you could just leave that. You could count it to make sure it's right. I'm sure it is. Or you could frog it. you could do whatever, but it's a very small start. On a piece of 46 count lace side with Vicky Clayton silks. Wow, it's just so beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. And this is one a lot of Oklahomans like to do because oh, you Sooners, and it says sooner begun, sooner done. I think Mrs. Jones Stitches did sooner born, sooner bred, which is like one of our phrases we use in Oklahoma. It was really pretty. So maybe I see it more than other people, but I feel like I see that sampler a lot. Okay, this is a fancy basket, Ann Kemp 1815 by Shakespeare's Peddler. This was a Threads of History kit. The linen is 40 count, so that's the pattern. The linen is the kit linen that was 40 count. All the kit linens in this series are very nice brands of linen. I think this is, I don't remember what it said. I think this is Wabi Sabi linen, but whatever kind of linen is listed in the listing, if I could find it. And then this is kitted up in Fancy Floss. You've got cotton overdyes. Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts are what I see. Yes, it's all Classic Colorworks and Gentle Arts sampler threads. But that is so pretty. Okay, here's the Scarlet House Eleanor Roberts. Kitted up in 40 count Dolly Madison and NPIs. So that's the pattern, that's the fabric. And then the NPIs are in this bag, this little canvas bag. So I'm not gonna get them out. If you wanna see the colors, obviously they're these colors, but you can also see it in the pictures on the listing because I have pictures of the threads. This is the Mary Alcorn 1764 full sampler, not the drum. It comes with the linen and thorn filled. Okay, it comes with 40 count thorn filled by needle and flax, and oh, just a little silk pack. No, overdyed cottons. Wait a minute. Oh no, this is overdyed silk floss pack. Yeah, I was gonna say those are silk. It is Belle Soie, and Gloriana. You know, just a little Belle Soie Gloriana silk pack with some needle and flax fabric. Like, of course. It's so pretty. Oh my God. I live in an LNS, guys. All right. Here's Elsie Curtis. This is kitted up in Valdani. There is one, I think there's one Classic Colorworks Valdani. What was the fabric on this? Oh, it's very nice. Oh, I think it's Fox and Rabbit fabric. It says it in the listing. I think it's Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit. And that is the beautiful pattern. Oh, guys. Okay, this is Simple Gift Spool, which comes with the spool. The spool that you can, once you do scissors, comes with the floss, the finishing pack, the floss cart, all the linen. Like, this is a full kit. The linen is Dolly Madison. Is it 36 count? Yeah, it's 36 count Dolly Madison to get it to fit on here. And I could not find anywhere online that this is for sale or what this was originally from. It might have been a homespun Facebook group kit, but I could not find it, and I definitely couldn't find any pricing for it, so I kind of guessed based on the elements. It will never hurt my feelings if you have a 10% off coupon in my shop, like as a thank you from buying in my shop before. Like, Etsy will assign you a thank you 10% off for like 90 days. It will never hurt my feelings if you use the coupons or anything. I tried to come up with a fair price for all of this, but I could not find anything about the kit anywhere, even on her website. All right, this is Mary Napier 1832. This was another Threads of History Club. This is 40 counts. What's the fabric? I can't. I don't remember the name of the fabric. If I figured it out, it'll be in the listing. And then the overdyed cotton floss. It's so pretty. Oh my God. This is Jenny's Bean Garden, the Green Bean Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler in the Ginny Bean series. Now, this is kitted up. In the description, I think I figured out, did I figure this out? Yes. This kit was originally bought at Country Sampler. It is the Country Sampler conversion, and it is done on 40 count broomgrass, which is wabi sabi. So the other linen I mentioned before was not wabi sabi, because this is the only one I think that was. But yeah, if you think you're gonna have a hard time finding that linen, this has the call for linen and the Country Sampler conversion for this conversion. And I think this is a little lighter than the called for, this conversion. Oh, that's so pretty. All right, this is SS Harris, Threads of History, 40 count fabric. This is by Cross Stitch Antiques. Look how pretty that is. And it has the fabric and cotton. Yeah, cotton pack. It's like classic color works, Sweet Star Works, overdyed cottons. And if I figured out what that fabric was, I listed it there. Look at those pinks, and then look how good those are gonna look on there. Ooh, okay. I got 15 minutes. We gotta chug a chug. Oh, that's not insane. Okay, this is the Equality Sampler from Plum Street when it was given out as a kit, I think, at a retreat or something. Anyway, so you have the full floss for it. You have a floss card, the linen, the pattern, but it's kitted up like this because it was from Dying to Stitch. It was the spring 2020. Did that happen? The spring 2020 Dying to Stitch retreat. I'm sure this was printed before then. I'd be curious if you know, did that retreat actually happen? Declaration of Sentiments. It's so pretty. Okay. This shouldn't be in here. This is W&E September 1889, The Betrothed by GGR, with a sticker from Added Needlework. So that's lovely. Oh, so pretty. Okay, that should be in the pattern box. And this one's okay. All right, this is Susanna Lynch, 1862, by Lila Studio. It is so gorgeous. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. And it has the fabric, 40 count fabric. Did I figure out what this fabric was? I don't remember. It has the 40 count fabric. It looks like vintage meadow root. Is that what it is? Oh. This is the Attic Needlework Silk Conversion in Belswa, Dinky Dyes, and Gumnut. And I do think that is 40 count vintage meadow root then, but I don't remember if I figured that out. It looks like it in this light. Vintage meadow root has like a very specific purple in it, but I'm not 100%. Either I listed it in there or I didn't, if I figured it out. But that's what it looks like to me in this light. You know, just a little attic conversion in silks. You know, what dreams are made of. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. We're gonna make it. Okay, these two are easy. This is Autumn Mrs. Joyful / Autumn Quaker with the DMC for it. And this is Spring Quaker with the call for floss. Some of the call for are classic colorworks and some of the call for on this are DMC. So that's why if you're looking at them, you're like, these are different prices, and it's because one has fancy floss and one doesn't. But I thought about keeping those because I'm doing summer Quaker and I want to do winter Quaker. I was like, I feel like I'm more, I don't know. I feel like I'm more likely to actually finish those two and move on to those if I don't keep those and just have them ready to go. We'll see. All right, this is, oh, a pair of black alphabet samplers from Needlework Press. This is from this year. I think it was at a retreat or an exclusive or something from this year. So these are not released. They're really pretty though. So I hope they do get generally released, but I have no idea if they will. They're kitted up in Belle Soie. The one sampler has a little bit of that gold color, but then obviously they're black samplers, so it's a lot of black Belle Soie. And then the fabric, did I figure out what this fabric was? If I figure out what this beautiful 40 count fabric is, it will be in the description, but it is really pretty. Like, it's probably needle and flax. I feel like every one that I don't recognize that is still beautiful quality is needle and flax. I'm pretty good with thorn filled from needle and flax, but the other colors I don't know as well. Okay, this is 40 Cat, Just the Ticket by Tabby Cat, with the Emily Ann Greensway 1884. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so you got that, the Just the Ticket, and you got the Soie d'Alger, all ready to go. Look, they're like, you even got the symbol on them. So, like, if you wanted to open a Hands Across the Sea and just start stitching it and not have to do a single thing, there you go. Okay. I need some of these to leave my house because I have too many things in my house, but if some of them don't leave my house, I won't cry. If, like, whatever becomes the orphan at the end of this can live with me. This is Rose Hill Farm Sampler and Pink Keep by Stacey Nash. I saw a lot of people stitch this the last couple of years. This was started out as an exclusive in a Facebook group, I think the Homespun group, but it is now released. This is the Call for Weeks and the Call for Fabric and 40 count. I don't remember. If I found out what it was, it's in the Etsy listing, but so that's that kit. Oh, this is the Smith Sampler by Scarlet House. Kitted up with Dinky Dyes, Belle Soie, and Gloriana. There are a couple notes in the listings about where some specific things were changed. There's like 3 differences in this, like, because it was the person just kitting up for themselves based on what they had availability to get. And then, so I think there's 1 skein missing and then 2 skeins were changed, but all of those notes are in the listing. And yeah, it's just, you know, just some Gloriana, just like some chill Gloriana. Okay, we're so close. I can't believe we're gonna have made it. My daughter is being chill. She's watching Baby Shark. I did bribe her with some candy, but we did what we have to do to get through, and then she won't have to do that again because she's gonna go to my mom's. I'm gonna film again on Thursday, and my mom has already said that she can watch her that day. Ellen Harrison, 1889. Look at that. I love that so much, by Needlework Press. There's the original. I love this one. And it is kitted up in, you know, Gloriana, Dinky Dyes, and Classic Colorworks. You know, as one does. Look how pretty those are. And the floss drops have the symbols on them. I think there's one difference, and I think it's noted. One second, Mike. So, my neighbor came, but just absolutely gorgeous. All right, 3 more. See, I couldn't just list these and like not show them and have them commemorated for how beautiful they are, even if I'm not gonna stitch them. Marietta's Purse, 1920 by Swati. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's beautiful though. And it comes with the finishing fabric for, I think, the sewing book and the pillow. I'm not quite sure. It comes with a little finishing pack for some of the items that you need stuff for. If you're a sewist and like to do things, or if you like to send them off to a finisher. Eliza Taylor, age 10, was a Threads of History, and this is 40 count, and it is kitted up in classic colorworks with Fox and Rabbit baked clay. Oh, so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I love baked clay. That's the first linen I ever stitched on. I'm very nostalgic for Fox and Rabbit baked clay. Last one. Okay. Oh, it's a big boy. GGR and Mohan, 1851. And oh, a Chill Glory on a pack. This is I believe that this is a attic conversion for this pattern. I'm not 100% if it's a private attic conversion or if it's just the attic did the conversion for everyone. But it does have a couple changes on the back, probably because again, these were Glorianas, so based on availability. So there are 3 changes on it, and it says on the back of the pattern what those changes are so that you can pick it up. We did it. Gorgeous little babies, like cross stitch babies. So my goal is to just keep listing stuff that I have in my office because I know more stuff. My friend Allie's gonna send more stuff. A lady messaged me today and asked if I would help her with her destash. So there is gonna be more stuff, and I have this whole cool box of like vintage patterns and stuff. So I'm gonna keep listing stuff, but I don't really have a lot of time for extra parades and things of them. So I will probably just continue to tack on some of it at the end of Flosstubes, and then people can duck out if they want to just see the first half. That's fine. They can duck out of the second half. This stuff like needed to be seen, 100% needed to be seen. So, okay. So Thursday, I'm going to film something on Thursday, not exactly sure what. And then I am going to try to do my whip parade pretty soon. And then once I have my new glasses, I'll just start back up like normal. I would like next year to get back on a Monday, Thursday release routine where I film both things on Sundays. And I have to go because she's like, we're done. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.